Hello everyone. So in the last session we had discussed about functions and in this session we will proceed with the questions on functions. Okay, so we will solve some questions on recursion, lambda and functions. And please try to solve these questions with me. Okay. So no, this is I think 8th class, day number 8. Yeah. So question number first, create a function with a default argument. So how do we create a function with a default argument? So what we can do, we can start with def. Let's say name of your function, let's say fun. C. Okay. And here let's say we can mention name equal there. And then we can use print hello, comma, and your name. Right. Then here we can print your function name, which is fun C. Okay, that's it. Sorry, we don't need to use print here. Okay, now we can print. Now this one is a default parameter. Okay, which is there. If now here you can see the function is asking for one argument. This is one is a parameter. So here we have to mention one argument here. But here we are not providing any kind of argument because here we have default parameter, like default value of your this parameter. Okay, if I run this one, you will notice hello there. Okay, hello there. Let me check. Yeah, let me remove this one. So here we have this hello. If I use fun C and let's say if I mention John here, now this argument which is John here, this will override this particular argument here. If I run, you will see hello John here. Okay, so this is your default parameter. If I will remove this one, this value here, and here we have this name only. Now this will throw an error. This line will throw an error because here we are asking for one argument and because here we have one parameter and here we are asking for one argument. But here we are not providing anything. So this will throw an error, which is function C, which is a fun C, missing one required positional argument name. So this one is a name. Name is a parameter. It is asking for a value, which is known as argument, and that is missing here. So that is why we have this error. So that is why we mainly use default, what we can say parameter, which is if there's any value missing in the argument or while calling the function, so the function will not throw the error. Okay. Otherwise, if you are providing any value, so that this value will override this particular value. Again, we can run, let's say fancy here, let's say Bob. So you can call your function as many as times you want. Okay. So if you are not providing any kind of argument, then this will be your default argument, or we can say value of your parameter name. Okay. Now, second question, find the largest item from a given list. So how do we find the largest item from a given list? For example, let's say we have this list here, uh, list underscore one. So we can mention some numbers here, one, two, some random numbers. So here we have these numbers. So how do we find the largest among these numbers? So we already know the solution here because we have done this question in the for loops and while loops, right? Or even in the conditionals, like in the if else. So how do we solve this question in the functions, like with the help of function? So let's say here we have this list. So we can define the function here. Def, let's say find underscore largest. So this is my name of my function. And here I am taking a list as a input here. Okay. Means list underscore one is my parameter. Then I will check if not list underscore one. So here I'm checking if the list is empty or not. If the list is empty, then return none. Okay, means nothing. So here we are checking return none if the list is empty. Okay. Then second thing is we can initialize the largest variable, which is let's say large equal. And here we can say list underscore one and your first element of a list. Okay. Because here we are assuming that this one can be your first element of your list, and this one is like the largest element among all your numbers in the list. So this is like the assumption we are making. Then we can check, then we can run the loop for I in your list underscore one, whatever the elements are in your list underscore one. And then here we can check if I, which is your items or whatever the elements here we have, is greater than your largest, this variable, larger here. Then here we can say, then here we can update this largest number here, which means your largest is equal to your I. Simple. And then we can simply return your largest. Okay, your largest number. And then here we have this list underscore one. I can take this up. Let's see here we have this list here. Then we can call, let's say largest underscore item equal. And here we can call the function name, which is find largest, find underscore largest. And then here we can provide the name of a list A. And then here we can print the largest. Yeah. And then here we can print the largest item. Okay, so simple. Here first we are creating a function, and here we are taking list. Sorry, here I can mention not list, but yeah, good. So here we are taking this list underscore one as a parameter, and here we are checking if the list is empty or not. If it is empty, then return nothing here. And if it is not empty, then take the first element. Okay, so here we are taking first element, and here we are assuming that it, yeah, here we are taking first element from the list, and here we are assuming that it is like the largest of all. Then here we are comparing. Okay, we are running the loop, means for I in list underscore one. So whatever the items are in your list underscore one. So here we are iterating over that. Okay. And then let's say in the I first we have this 12, then here we have 3, 4, 2, and so on. And then here after each and every iteration, we are checking if that particular number is greater than whatever is inside your list under this larger number. Okay, for example, in the larger number, we have this 12. 12 is like your first element of your list. So in the larger number, in this variable, we have 12 here right now. Then the loop will iterate. So in the first element is also 12. So here we are checking 12 is greater than 12. So this condition is false. Okay, so this line of code will not execute. Okay, and then again, the loop will iterate. Now second value is 3 here. So here again we are comparing if 3 is larger than 12. So this condition is also false. So this code will not execute. Then third number is 42. So again now this becomes 42. Now here we are checking if 42 is greater than 12 or not. So it is, yes, it is like larger than 12. So now here we will update the value. So here we are updating the value of larger, means this variable. Now your variable is 42. Okay, means your variable is updated and new value is 42, which is this value. Then again it will iterate. Next number is 134. So it will check if 134 is larger than 42 because your current value of larger is 42. Okay, and so on until 45. Okay, now we can simply run this code here. Okay, now you can see the largest number is in the list is 134, which is here. 134 is a larger number. Okay, now we can move to question number 3. Question number 3 says, write a Python program to extract year, month, date, and time using lambda. Okay, so here we have a given time here, and here we are extracting the year, month, date, and time, which is hour, minute, seconds from the list. Sorry, from the date time module. Okay, so how do we do this? And even we have to perform this with the help of lambda. So for extracting the year, month, and date and time, we have to use date time module. So here we are going to import from date time, import date time. Okay, so here we are importing a date time module, which will help you to extract year, month, and time. Then we have to create a object. Okay, let's say sample underscore date time or dt, simple. And here we are storing date time dot now. If I print date time dot now, okay, so this will show me, this will display the time of now. Okay, like the this is year, month, date, and this is hour, minutes, seconds, and nanoseconds. Okay, so this one, this date time will print the current time of now. Okay, now here from this output we have to extract this year, okay, this month, and this date, and then this hour, minute, second, up to here. So how do we extract? So let me comment this out. So we can simply create a function, let's say extract underscore info equal. So here we can use lambda as a keyword here, dt, your variable, and here we can use our dictionary. Okay. Now first we have to extract year, and then here we can use dt dot, yeah, here we have to use staff time, and then here we can use year, then comma, then again here we can use month, dt dot staff time, and here we can use percentage month, then comma here, then here we can go for date, again dt dot staff time, and here we can use day here, which is your date, percentage date. Okay, and last we can use time here. Okay, like this. So this is your hour, this is a minute, and this is your seconds. Okay, so this one is our dictionary. Then we can simply extract information using the lambda. So here we can use result equal, and now we can call your variable, which is a function name here, which is extract info, and then here we can provide your sample dt here. So basically inside this sample dt, which is sample time, here we have this time of right now. Okay. And from this time, we are extracting year, month, date, and hour, minute, seconds. And simply we can print year and we can use result. From result, we are extracting the key. And what is your key here? Year. So this one is a key. Okay, same goes. Okay, copy this one. So this one is a month. And then your date and then time. So here we can replace month, date, and time. Right. So here we are extracting year, month, date, and time from this particular date time value. Okay. So if I run this one, you will notice. So year is 2024, date is, sorry, month is 3, date is 27 today, and then this is your time here, which is hour, minutes, and seconds. Okay, and this is again. So this is how we can extract date time from using lambda. Okay, from this particular date time value. Look, if I show this, if I print daytime print sample underscore dt, so you will notice this will display the date time, everything together. Okay, this one. So basically from this particular variable, we are extracting the time, the year, the month, and date. Okay, and then here we are printing. That's it. Okay, basically, which is like we are storing the current date time in this particular variable, and then we are using this variable for extracting all these values: year, month, date, and hour, minute, seconds. So, any questions? Any doubts? Anything which is not clear? Now, next question is write a Python program to find whether a given string starts with a given character using lambda or not. For example, if we have the string hello world, and let's say the user providing input as h. So here we have to check if this h is matching with this first character of a string or not. Okay. And consider that these are all case sensitive. Means this h and this h, these are different. So we have to check whatever the string we have and whatever the value the or the character the user is providing, for example h. So here we have to check if this h and if this h, the starting of the string, if these are matching or not. Okay, so how do we, and here we have to perform this with the help of lambda again. Okay, so first here we can create another variable, just let's say start with character variable name, and here we can use lambda string, whatever the string we have, sorry, and then character. So here we are taking two parameters, which is string and character, and then we are checking string dot starts with. Now starts with is a like a inbuilt function. Okay, so lambda string and character. So here we are taking two input, string as your whole string and character to check. And secondly, here we are checking if your strings starts with whatever character is, which means this starts with is a inbuilt function of a string, which means here we are checking if hello world we have. So here we are checking if hello world starts with h or not, or whatever the character we are providing. Okay, like this. So this is the meaning of this particular line. So whatever the strings we have, which is let's say hello world, and here we are checking starts with and then h, whatever the character we are providing. Okay. And then, um, yeah. Now this is for testing. So here I'm taking test underscore string. Let's say my string is hello world, like this. Okay, so this is my string and this is my character I have to check. Then here I can use a if statement. If now here we are calling my function which is starts with character, and here we are using test underscore string and then given character. Okay, so here we can use print yes, else we can simply print no. Okay, so here we are checking. So this is my string I am giving, and this is my character I want to check. And then here I'm calling my function inside if statement. If it starts with character means this line, and here I'm providing my two input, which is string in place of this string. Okay, basically here string I'm providing this hello world with the help of this variable, because this variable stores my hello world, and then character. So here I have this character h here because here this character is inside given character. So I'm providing this given character here, which includes which contains h value. If the value matches, then print yes, otherwise no. Okay, so then we can run it. So you can say yes. Now we can try with this h here, small h, and here we can run. Now you can say no because it is case sensitive. Okay, now if you want to remove this case sensitive, then what you can do, you can just convert your entire string into lowercase or into uppercase, and then you can check for the characters. Okay, but now this is case sensitive. If I remove this, if I put this h here, capital H, and if I run this, you can see yes. Okay, so this is how we can check whether a string starts with a particular character or not. Even you can take this as an input. Here you can use input. You can take this from the user. Input, enter the string like this. And here you can copy this input, enter the character you want to check. And then here we can run this. So let's say my string is apple. Let's say A. So you can say yes here. So my string is apple here, and here I'm checking for the character A. So yes, same as if I try this apple here, and let's say T here. So no. Okay. So this is how we can check. We can write this program with the help of Lambda. Now, next question. Write a Python program to filter a list of integers using Lambda, even and odd. So this one is very, very simple. So let's say if we have this list, let's say list underscore one. Let's say we have these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have to filter on the basis of which one is even. Like for example, even here we have 2, 4, and 6. And then odd. Let's say 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so this will be your output. So how do we filter the list on the basis of even or odd with the help of lambda? Again, it is very simple. So anyone who wants to write this program, so they can like share your screen. Anyone. No, no. You have to write it by yourself. Basically, you have to check here. You have to use a if condition. If, like not if exactly, like a condition inside your lambda function that if this number is divisible by 2, then it is a even, and else it is a odd number. Simple. But with the help of lambda here. Okay, so let's try this one. So let's say I have this list underscore one. Okay, so let's say list of some common numbers like this. Okay, now here I will check filter the list to get even numbers first. Okay, so here I will create a function which is a variable even underscore numbers equal. Okay, so here I will use lambda x and then x. Okay, so x here, whatever the number it is, and x modulus 2, modulus will remain provide you the remainder part. So here we are checking if the remainder part of any number which is divisible by 2 is 0, then it is a number, sorry, it is an even number. Then we can print list underscore 1 like this. Okay. Now basically here we want to make this as a list. So here we will use list like this. Okay, we want output in the form of list. And then again here I will use a filter function. Okay, like this. Then I will use filter the list to get odd numbers. Again, we will use odd underscore numbers equal list filter for keeping all together, and then lambda. Here we are taking x, which is your number, and then x modulus 2 is not equal to your 0. Okay, then that is a odd number. And here we can provide list underscore 1, which contains your elements. Simple. And then we can simply print the list. So here we can print even numbers, and simply here we can print odd numbers. Okay, like this. So here we have this list. Okay, here we have this list because we want output in the form of list. Filter for keeping all together, all those numbers, and then lambda because lambda will check one by one, each number one by one. So we are using filter here for keeping all these numbers together. And then let's say we have this number, find out to be 2, 4, and 6, and 8, and 10, of course. Then here we are converting these numbers and putting all together in the form of list. So why together? They are in this form, which is a list. That is why here I'm using a list constructor here. Then here I'm checking if lambda x is your number here, whatever in the list, 1, 2, 3, or whatever. And here we are checking if x means 1 modulus 2 is equal to 0, then put it in the even numbers. Otherwise, put it in the odd numbers. Basically, lambda function we use for saving the lines. Okay, for making your code a little bit short. Basically, you can use lambda function when you know that your function is going to be very simple. Okay, like for the complex function, you can define your function from the starting, like def, your function, or whatever. But for the lambda, if you know that whatever you are implementing, that is very simple, or that is that can be explained in one line, then you can use lambda in that case. Okay, lambda is mainly for just for using for creating some simple programs or even you can implement this lambda inside any other function. Okay, if you think that this line of code is simple, not quite complex, then you can use lambda. Or whatever the program you are writing, if that can be covered inside lambda function, then you can use lambda. And also it is mainly for like making a short code short. Which variable? X here. Yes, yes, we can use. Basically, X is not a variable here. It is like a parameter here. It is not a variable we are defining. What is a variable we are defining inside function? Let's say we have def here, fun. Let's say here x equal 1. This is your local variable which we are defining. So this variable is not equal to this variable. Okay, this x, you can think of a parameter here. For example, if we have this function def, let's say even numbers, even underscore numbers. Now x is a parameter here, means this parameter, this x belongs to here, this x. Okay, so it is not an actual variable, or we are not providing any kind of variable. So it is not a local or global variable. It is like a parameter which needs some argument. And here we are taking argument from these value, from this list, which we have mentioned here, which means x is a parameter and these values are values of these x. Okay, so x is not like a local or global variable. So it is like a parameter, simple. Okay. Now we can simply run this program. Simple. So here we have this even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, your odd numbers. Okay. So you can mention any numbers here and you can use this function to filter on the basis of even numbers and odd numbers. Then, next question. Write a Python program to sort a list of dictionaries using lambda. Okay, so here what we are sorting list of dictionaries, means dictionaries inside your list, and we want to sort. Okay, for example, let's say we have this dictionary. Let's say, let me write a program on the basis of it. Okay, let's say we have this list of dictionaries. So first we have this list, basically dictionaries inside list. So first we will use square brackets, and inside square brackets we will use curly braces. Right. So here let's say this one is my first dictionary. Let's say here we have this name John, age is 30 year. Same as we have this name Alex, age is 25 year. Then we can copy this value. Okay, so here we have this name. We have four dictionaries inside a single list. First dictionary, second dictionary, third dictionary, and fourth dictionary. And inside each and every dictionary, we have two key value pairs. First key value, which is name and John, and second key value pair, age and their age. Okay. Now the question is asking for sorting these values. Sorting means, let's say we want to sort on the basis of age, which means we want that this age, which is like 25 comes first, then 28, then 30, and then 35. Okay, like this one. So we're going to sort the dictionary on the basis of these age. So how do we write this program? And I think we have to write this with the help of lambda. Yeah, with the help of lambda here. So how do we solve this program? Any suggestions or any answers? Okay. So here we can use first sorted underscore list, your variable name equal. Here we will use sorted, and then now what we want to sort. So we want to sort list of dictionaries, comma. Now on which basis you want to sort these dictionary. So we want to sort on the basis of ages, okay, because ages are in numbers. You can also sort on the basis of names, like on the basis of alphabets, but here I am going to sort on the basis of these ages. So here I will use key equal lambda x. Okay, x is your age, and then here we will use x age. Okay, and then we can simply print the sorted list, which is on the basis of age. If you want to sort on the basis of names, then you can mention name here. Simple. Then here we can print sorted list of dictionaries based on age. And then here we have to use loop here, because these are elements of the list. This is first element, this is second element, third element, and fourth element. So for printing all these elements of the list, we have to use loop here. Okay, for iteration. So here you can use for I in whatever we have in the sorted list, that we can print the items. Okay, simple. Now we can simply run this one. Now you can notice these are on the basis of list, like sorted dictionary on the basis of age. So first we have Alex here, age is 25, age is 28, 30, and 35. So these are on the basis of age. Okay, like in ascending order. If you want to sort on the basis of descending order, then you can use reverse equal false here. Yeah, sure. So here we are using sorted underscore list. Okay, so this one is your variable. And here we are using a inbuilt function which is sorted here, which will going to sort this particular dictionary. Okay, so here you can see this is taking two argument. First argument is what you want to sort, and second what on which basis you want to sort. Okay, if I write the syntax of the sorted function, so it is taking two arguments. First argument is the list we want to sort, and secondly on which, or we can say value on which basis we want to sort. Okay, so your syntax of sorted is like this one. So it is taking two argument. First is your list of a dictionary you want to sort. So this is my dictionary I want to sort. Okay, like my list which I want to sort. Secondly, on which basis you want to sort. So here I have this key equal lambda here. Okay, x is your elements here. Okay, and here x, in this element we are taking age especially. Okay, means x means each and every element. So this one is x1, x2, x3, and x4. Okay, so here x means each and every element of your list here. Then inside x, even inside your x means x is a dictionary. Okay, like this one is a dictionary here. Inside this dictionary, we are taking one value, which is age here. And in this age, we will have this value 30, 25, 35, or whatever. Okay, so which means we are sorting on the basis of age values. Okay, like this. So this x means your dictionary here. First dictionary, your first x value. Second x value is your second dictionary. Third x value is your third dictionary, and so on. And inside each and every dictionary, basically what is x? X is an individual dictionary. Okay. And this whole dictionary is an individual element of a single list. So this is element number one. Inside this element, I am accessing only one value, which is age, which is 30 here. So here I am sorting on the basis of this particular age. So this one is a syntax of sorted. It takes two arguments. First, your list we want to sort, and secondly, on which basis we want to sort. And then here we are printing simply your list. And whenever we are printing the list, we have to access, we have to use iteration here. Like we want to access each and every element from the list. So that is why here I'm using for loop. Simple. Uh, is it clear? Main part is this line of code here. Okay. Now your new list is sorted list, which contains the sorted dictionaries. Okay. So that is why we are iterating over this sorted list. Okay. So any questions? So next question is, write a Python program to sort a list of tuples using lambda. Okay, so write a Python program to sort a list of tuples now. Okay, previously we sort on the basis of dictionaries. Now here we will sort on the basis of, sorry, previously we sort dictionaries. Now we will sort tuples. And both are inside list only. Which means if we have this tuples like list underscore one, so basically we have this tuple, sorry, list. Inside list, we have the list of tuples. For example, let's say 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, like this. Again, like this. So these are your tuples. Okay, this is one tuple, second tuple, third, and fourth. Four tuples, which is four elements inside a single list. So how do we sort? Now let's say I want to sort this particular tuples on the basis of their second element, like this element. Okay, this element. Basically, this is already sorted. Okay, because these are all in ascending order. But what if not? So I want to sort this on the basis of their second element, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, like this. So this is same as your previous program. So try to write a solution for it. Okay. So how do we access this problem? It is absolutely same as this program. Instead of dictionaries, we have tuples here. So let's say we have this variable here, list of underscore tuples, like this. And here we have this list. Inside list, we have these tuples. Let's say 1, comma 3, some random numbers we can use. 4, comma 2, 7, comma 5, 6, comma 1. Okay, like this. So we have four elements, which is four tuples inside a single list. So how do we sort on the basis of second element, which is 3, 2, 5, 1, like this? Okay, even you can sort on the basis of first element, but what if I want to sort on the basis of second element? So simply what we can do, we can create sort the list of tuples. Okay, so again we can create a variable sorted underscore list, and then here we can call the sorted function here, sorted, and then what you want to sort. So here I want to sort this particular list of tuples. So I can mention here list underscore of tuples. Then on which basis you want to sort your list. So here I want to sort on the basis of this second element of each and every tuple. So here I can use key equal lambda x and then x. Here I can provide an index number, which is 1 here, because index always start from 0. 0 is 1. So 1 is 3 here. 0 is 4. 1 is 2 here. 0 1 0 1 like this. Okay, and then we can simply print the sorted list. So here we can print second element like this, sorted list. And if I run this, okay, now you can see they are sorted on the basis of their second element. Like first we have this 1, 2, 3, and 5 like this. If I use 0 here, so this will sort on the basis of first element, which is 1, 4, 6, and 7. These are in like ascending orders. Okay, so as simple as that, just we have to change this part here, which is X. Here now we are accessing instead of key. Previously we are accessing key here, but here we are accessing the second element. Okay. Any questions? Any doubts? Okay. Now, next question, this one. So write a Python program to create a lambda function, okay, that adds 15 to a given multiplies arguments x number passed in as an argument. Also create a lambda function that with argument y and print the result. So here we have to create two lambda function x and y. X will perform some mathematical operations and second y will print the value or the result of x. Okay, that is the question saying. So simple, we can, it is simple. So let me write the theory here. So here we have this lambda function to add 15 to the product of x and a given number. So what we can do, we can simply write here add underscore any number name 15 underscore times like this. So here we can use lambda of x. Okay, x is any number of yours. Okay, it means your given number is x here. And then here we can use x multiply by 15, which is your product. Okay, and plus x here. Okay, and then here we have to write another lambda function which is y, which contains your x value. Okay, so here we can write lambda function to print the result of x. So let's say we have this print underscore result equal your lambda. Now your function name is y, and then here we are printing your result comma y. Okay, now we can use numbers. Okay, like testing. So here we can use x equal, let's say your 5 means x is your given number. Okay, this one is your x. Then secondly, y equal add 15 times x here. Okay, and then here we can print underscore result y like this. Okay, so simply just replace your x with your value 5. Means 5 into 50 plus 5 like this. Okay, so here we have this 80 here. Okay, so the language is complicated. Otherwise, the program is simple. We are just performing some mathematical operation in the x and we are printing the output in the y. Means another function y, and we are printing the output of x in the variable y. Okay, So here we have this x here, whatever the number is. Here we are multiplying this with 15 plus whatever the value of this problem. Okay, we are adding x again. And then here we are printing the result in the y. So whatever the value of y, so means the y value is the result of your x. And then here we are using xy, x equal 5 and y equal, we are calling your function here at 15 times your x, means your 5 here, okay, which will replace y here, and then print result y. Okay. Then next question, write a Python program to find sum of two numbers using recursion. So now here we have to use recursion. Now last three questions are of recursion only. So how do we solve it? So what is recursion? Recursion is function calling itself. That is recursion. Okay. So simple. We can comment this out. Now first we can define a function. Okay, let's say add two underscore numbers. So this will take two numbers, x comma y, two numbers. Okay, now here we can check if y equal 0, then simply return x. Okay, means if the value of y is 0, then we are returning x here. Okay, like if, for example, if x is 1 and y is 0, so 1 plus 0, 1 only. So here we are returning x here. Else, if y is not 0, then else. Here we can return. Now here we can call this function again, which is add two numbers like this. And then here we can use x plus 1, comma y minus 1. Okay, in the x we are incrementing, in the y we are decrementing. Okay, and then we can simply provide the value of x. Let's say num1 equal 1, num2 equal 2 here. And then here we are using result equal. We can call your number, your function name, add two numbers again. Okay, now this is actual function calling. Okay, and then here we can use num1, comma num2. Num1 is your value of x, num2 is your value of y. Okay, and then we can print the sum is result. Okay, simple. So now we can run this. So 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, but here we are using recursion. So first, here we have this 1 and 2. So it will check for this condition if y equals 0. If not, then it will move to second else here. Okay, else condition. And in the else condition, it will again calling it function. Like this is a recursion function. So this function is calling itself. So what is the value of x currently? It is 1. Okay, and what is the value of y, which is 2? So 1 plus 1, 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So which means 2 plus 1, 3 here. Okay, so this is how we are using. And this will keep on iterating until this condition becomes true, means until y becomes 0. Okay, and that is how we are adding this number. Is it clear? Any questions? Any confusion? Okay, so now next question. Write a Python program to calculate the value of a to the power of b using recursion, which means a power of b. If we have a value is, let's say 5, and b value is 2, which means 5 power of 2, which is 5 into 5, 25, like this. Okay, so again we can use recursion here. Again it is simple. So here we can again define a function name, def power of. power of. And here we can take two values a and b. Okay, one is base value and second is exponential value, which is your power of value. Then here we are checking if b equal 0, then simply return 1. If b, sorry, if b equal 1, then simply return a here. Because let's say if value of a is 5 and 5 power of 0 is 1 only. Okay, whatever the base value is, power is 0, then we are returning 1 only, which means 5 power of 0 is 1, 6 power of 0 1, or whatever power, whatever the base value is, which is 5. If power is 0, then we are returning 1 only. Okay, that is like a mathematical rule. If b is 1, which is 5 power of 1, so 5 into 5, simple. Sorry, 5 power of 1 is always that value of a, which is 5. Okay, which is if 5, and let's say if base value is 5 and which is a here, and second value is b equal 1, so which means 5 power of 1, which is simply 5. Okay, if b is not 0, not 1, then we can use else here. Else simply return a power of. Now we are again calling your function here power of. Okay, like a multiply power of a comma b minus 1. And then here we can use, now let's say value of base equal, let's say 5, and value of exponent equal 2 here. Then we can print the power is, we can simply use the result is, can use. Now here we can call a function which is power of. Okay, and then your base value, which is your a value, and b is your exponential value. Okay, so if I run this one, you will notice 5 into 5, 25 here. Okay, so now we will perform this with the help of, we will see in the visualization. So now here we can check the flow of this particular program. Okay, so we can visualize it, the execution of this code. So first here, first the Python interpreter will check for this condition for first line of code, which is def power of. Power of is your name of your function, which takes two values, a and b. Okay, a is your base value and b is your exponential value. Then after this line, it will directly move to line number 9. Okay, because this is function defining. We are defining the function and function is of no use until we call it. Okay, so this will ignore line number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 7. So this line will directly move to line number 9. Okay, if I click on next, you will notice line number 9, power of. Okay, now line number 10 then, which is exponential. So these are like variables. Okay, then it will move to line number 11. So line number 11 is calling the function, which is power of. So the result is, which will be printed as it is, power of means this one. So here we are calling this function. And then here we are providing arguments as base, which is your value number a, and exponential, which is your value number 2 here, which is your value number b. Okay, then this will move to line number 1 again, because here we are calling the function. And then next, okay, now a value is 5 and b value is 2 here, as you can see here. Then it will check for the condition. If b equals 0, so b is not equal to 0, so this will ignore. Elif, it will also ignore because b is 2 here, not 1 here. So it will move to direct else here. Next, it will check again, elif, and then else. Now here we are returning a. What is the value of a here? Which is 5. And then again, we are calling the function. So a value is now constant here. It will remain 5 only. Then power of, again we are calling this function which is power of a, which is 5, and b minus 1. What is b? Which is 2, 2 minus 1, 1. Okay, so if I click on next, you will notice value of a is 5, but value of b now becomes 1 here, because b minus 2 minus 1, 1 here, as you can see here, because b value is 2 here. So 2 minus 1, 1 here. Okay, now here you can notice this condition will true, elif condition will true, which is return a. Return a means 5. So this will return a. So a, previous a is 5 and current a is 5. So 5 into 5, 25. Okay, so if I click on next, so it will ignore this condition which is return 1, because b is not equal to 0. It will take elif condition, okay, which is return a, okay, which is 5 here. Okay, now you can see here return value is 5. Then again this will run this code here. Okay, now what is the value of a is 5 here, but what is the value of b here? B is now 1, and 1 minus 1, 0. Okay, now the current value of the result is 25. You can see result is 25, but it will again check. Okay, b minus 1, because it is like a iteration. We are keep on iterating until this condition is true. Okay, this condition. So what is the value of b? 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So again, this will move to this tool here. Okay, and then b is equal to 0, so it will return 1. So 25 into 1, 25. Okay, so that is why we have this answer 25. Okay, so this is how this recursion works. Any questions? Okay, so now the last question. Write a Python program to calculate the sum of list of numbers using recursion. So again, if we have this list underscore 1, and here we have this list of numbers, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want sum of these numbers. So how do we perform this with the help of recursion? So simply we can create another function. Let's say sum underscore of list. Okay. And here we can take nums here. Okay, like whatever the numbers. And then here we can use if length of your list. Okay, means length of your list is equal to 0, which means your list is empty. So we can return simply 0. Else we can return your nums. Okay, means your list of your first element, which is 0. Okay. Now here we can call the list like this function again, which is sum of list. And here we can start taking numbers from index number 1. Okay, like 1, 2, up to the end of your list. Okay, name of your list is nums. And then we can simply nums equal, or let me name this numbers equal. Let's say we can create a simple list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can simply print the sum of the elements in the list. And here we can call your function, which is sum of list. And here we can provide numbers. Okay, numbers means this one is a list. Okay, so now we can run this. So you can calculate 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, we have 15. Okay, so again it is simple. We are checking first if the list is empty or not. If the list is empty, if it is empty, then return 0. If yes, then return 0. If not, okay, if not, then start with element number 0, which is first element, which is 1. So here we are taking 1 plus. Then here we are calling this function again, so which is a sum of list. And inside a list, here we have this numbers. And from numbers, we are starting from 1. which is 0 is inside here. So that is why we are starting from 1, which is from 2 here. So 2 up to end of your list, which is 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So first 2, and then it will again, it will like run this function again until your list is like end. Okay, up to your last element, which is 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. And then it will total all your numbers and print the output here. Okay, so this is how we can run this function. Any questions up to here? Any doubts? Any confusion? Any questions? No. Okay, so I think we should wrap this session here. Okay, rest we will continue tomorrow. So tomorrow we can start with the files operation and exceptional handling. Okay, that we will do tomorrow. Okay, so I will share this. Okay, daytime program. So what do you want to ask here? Okay, okay. So basically, this question says that write a Python program to extract year, month, date, and time using lambda here. So basically, we want to extract the year, month, date, time using lambda. And from where we want to extract? We want to extract from current time. Okay, current date, year, month, and time. So that is why here we are importing date time module. Without date time module, you cannot print your time here. So that is why we are importing date time module. Then inside this date time dot now, so whatever the time is now, we are just storing inside this variable. So now this variable contains date, time, or year, month, everything of now. Okay. Then here we are creating another variable, which is your extract information. And here we are using lambda dt. And here we are creating a dictionary. Inside this dictionary, we are extracting one element one by one. So here for the year, we are using dt.stuff time year. So this is like a syntax of datetime module. If you want to check, so here you can search for datetime module of Python. Okay. Okay. So here you can check the syntax of datetime here. Okay, like how we can extract datetime. Then we can extract year, month, date, and hour, minute, second. And then we simply we are printing it. So inside result, we are calling the function name which is extract info, and which is asking for dt. Dt is a variable which is a parameter here, and we are providing argument as this variable sample date. So inside sample dt, we have this time of now. Okay, and if I print the sample dt like this. Okay, so you will notice inside sample we have this entire time. Okay, the format is here we have this year, month, date, hour, minute, seconds, and milliseconds or nanoseconds, whatever. And from this here we are extracting one by one. dt dot stuff time, your year, your month, your date, and your time here. Okay. So basically we are performing this operation with the help of this variable, which includes your current date time. Yes, yes. These are all built in. These are like the part of your daytime module. Okay. So now we can wrap the session and rest. We will continue tomorrow. So thank you guys for attending the session and kindly practice on these questions. Okay. Thank you.